What is up, YouTube? My name is Alex. Welcome back to the Lifting Nomad. And after an amazing summer at home here in Canada, it is finally time for the next adventure. So I am just about to pack for 5 weeks in Paris and then Croatia, and I'm super stoked about it. And for this trip, because my flight home is going from Split to Copenhagen, Copenhagen to Iceland, Iceland to Toronto, I didn't want to do a check bag. So in this video, I'm going to go through how I would pack for a trip this long without needing a checked bag. So without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, sweet. So I think when it comes to packing for these kind of trips, it's important first to understand what your limitations are going to be for luggage and for storage, and that's going to vary really airline to airline. So always make sure you're checking online before your flight what a baggage allowance you actually have for that airline. I'm flying Air Canada, and this is a pretty standard sort of baggage allowance for a carry-on plus a personal item. If you are on an airline that you have to purchase a carry-on, which is not that uncommon, like people like Ryanair, you're pretty much purchasing everything including the air in the plane. That's generally what you're going to get, a personal item and then a carry-on. For the size of the carry-on, I'm doing two different bags. I have my main carry-on, which is my 45-liter Peak Design backpack. Comes with a lot of fold-out straps for longer haul carrying, and it's just overall a really durable, water-resistant bag that I've had for a few years, and it's never really missed a beat. So that's going to be my main carry-on, which most of the stuff you see in front of you is going in. And then I also actually recently bought this Gymshark, I don't even know what you call this. It's really water resistant sort of material, that plasticky sort of polyester kind of material that lets just water wick right off of it. Had it for a few months and it's definitely held up pretty well. So it's actually going to be my personal item. What most people don't realize is the personal item can actually usually be up to 25 liters in size, which is pretty big. So I see some people doing just a string bag or a crossbody bag as your personal item, and really that's a missed opportunity to have a lot of stuff in your personal item that could be valuable. So typically what I do, and I'm not sure how much of the clothes you can see here, is I try and put all my electronics in my personal item that's going to be the closest thing to me. This all my valuables, my passport, my laptop, my iPad, anything that's going to be really valuable and important for me to have, I make sure I keep in my personal item so it's close to me during the trip. What I'm also bringing with me is an actual crossbody bag. You'll see most of my clothes that I'm packing up here is there's some Young LA. I'm a big seller for the brand. I love it. Typically, if you're wearing this around you while you have your carry-on and while you have a personal item, no one's really going to say anything. As long as it's not too obnoxious of a crossbody bag, I can actually just wear this around my shoulders while having my backpack on top, and it kind of just looks like it's a part of the backpack. So when I'm buying all this stuff, as I'm sure you've seen, most of it's pretty monochromatic. I try to keep my color scheme as basic as possible for two reasons. When I'm doing laundry in these places, it's just really easy to just throw everything in a bag, not have to worry about whites running or colors going into your whites or anything like that. And it's just really easy to keep them clean. If you have a white shirt, it just gets dirty easier. Everyone knows this, especially when you're traveling to hot places. Now keep this in mind, I'm going to Croatia in September, so my clothes are really just kind of summery. This is the shoulder season technically, but it's the start of it, so it's still going to be really hot, which makes it easier to pack. Second thing I consider when I'm just planning for my trip is what I'm going to wear to the airport. Now this is where you want to wear your most bulky outfit possible that's also comfortable for the plane. So I always have pretty much the same outfit when I fly, which is a pair of joggers and a loose fitting t-shirt on top. And it's clean enough, you don't really stand out, and it's just comfortable to fly in. This is an 8.5-hour flight from Toronto to Paris, and I just want to make sure I'm in a comfy outfit. Also, I'm bringing one hoodie and one black sort of light spring jacket, you could say. Some of the nights in Paris is supposed to get down to 10 to 12 degrees Celsius, which is not that warm, so I do want to have some layers for it. And it's also just nice to have a hoodie. Sometimes it's just days get cold. I was in Argentina in the middle of their dead of summer, and it got down to single digits in Celsius randomly when it's supposed to be 40. So I just like to have a layer that maybe I'll use, maybe I won't. So I'll actually wear this hoodie, wear this jacket on top of it. So it's going to be pretty hot from here to the airport, but it's worth it to actually have these layers once I get to my final destination. Now in terms of the clothes that I actually picked out, I have a lot of electronics. The camera setup is actually pretty lean. I have a Rode microphone, 3 camera lights, and then my actual camera itself on top of a tripod. So it's actually pretty light to carry. I don't have too much camera tools. I do have my computer, and then obviously charger, my phone charger, my iPad, and some things for Europe, like a converter and charger for my razors, all that stuff, as well as like a mobile power bank and that good stuff. So what I typically do is try and put all my electronics in the personal item as much as I possibly can. Be smart about how I'm packing it. I also have a Bluetooth speaker because I love to have music when I travel. So I'm gonna do a time lapse of me packing all this shit up, but I did want to run through like what I'm packing and why I'm doing it. Essentially everything else is some variety of black and like dark colors that can just match together. So the fact that you don't have to worry about the laundry is a huge benefit. And then the second thing is that pretty much every outfit goes together. If you have one pair of black pants but 3 or 4 different pairs of shirts, that's 4 different outfits that all are gonna match and all be able to work together without needing a different pair of pants. So you can just use the same shirts on different outfits. The other thing that I keep pretty simple is my shoes. I'll have one pair of Vessies, like waterproof sneakers that I'll take on the plane. They're really comfortable, and they're also just like great for hiking, great for just like errands around town, great for going for runs. Like I think they're just a really versatile, clean black shoe that keeps it simple. And because they're waterproof, they don't really get too dirty, super easy to clean as well. Second pair of shoes I bring is a black pair of Converse. Use these for 2 things. First of all, for lifting, I always like to lift in Converse, and obviously that's a big part of my gym culture when I travel. And the second thing is actually they're just pretty clean for wearing around for like nights out or bars out, because they're just like simple. They're sleek, they're simple, they're not like, you know, too gaudy, they're not too casual. They just do multiple things really easily. And then finally, because I am going to Croatia in the summer, I do have a pair of black flip-flops. Now moving on to like basics, I have 6 or 7 pairs of socks and underwear, and that's really where these bad boys come in, which are essentially like compression bags. Now, if you look on Amazon for these kind of things, you'll see like sorting cubes, which there's 2 kinds. There's some that let you just sort, and then there's others that actually like compress the clothes you have, which is really important. You make sure you get the second one because you want to fit as much shit as you can in these and then compress them down so you take up less space in your luggage. This is really important for things like underwear and socks or like workout shirts. You don't really care about them getting wrinkled, and you can always like iron them if you want to or steam them once you get there. But making sure they're actually gonna fit in your bag. Like I have a bunch of tank tops and a bunch of like underwear that doesn't need to be clean. So what I'll do is I'll just pack them in here as tight as I can, squeeze it tight, and then put it in my backpack, and then it just takes up a lot less room. And then in terms of t-shirts, I like to keep my t-shirts pretty simple as well, like clean black. I've got a couple like gray and dark green shirts that are just like casual enough to be worn like to the beach, but also if I'd wear it with like the Converse shoes and black pants, I can wear it to like a bar or a night out. So really having options that lets you mix and match. Finally, I do have like 3 or 4 dress shirts here as well because we are going to Croatia. I do want to be able to dress up sometimes if we're going to like a nice restaurant or if we're going on a boat or something like that. So I do have some variety. Essentially lets me mix and match most outfits. I could wear this button up with my black swim trunks. Totally fine to go to like a beach club or go on a yacht. I could wear that same button up with a pair of black jeans. Then I have the nice night out. On the flip side, I could take those swim shorts and bring a tank top, and I'm ready for the beach. So really letting yourself have options is kind of the key to this whole thing. But that's kind of my plan for the packing. So I'm actually gonna run a time lapse of packing all this shit up, and yeah, let's get ready for the airport. And boom, there you have it. Hopefully that was useful to take a look at how I would pack all that shit for 5 weeks of travel into 2 bags. So hopefully this video was useful. If it was, feel free to leave a like or a comment in the section below. Always helps the algorithm. But as always, my name's Alex. I'll see y'all in Croatia. Welcome back to the Lifting Nomad. Peace.